Okay, so now we're ready to begin coding to export part properties to Excel. Now notice the option explicit line of code is there. That's when we went to tools and options and required variable declaration. So first thing we usually do on every macro is insert the header, which with relevant information like the author of the code, date it was revised, so what the purpose, and any assumptions like active documents, things like that. So in this case, this code is only going to work on a single cat part file. And just a little separator. All right. So the first thing we want to do is launch Excel from CATIA. How do we do that? I'll show you. So I'm going to add a little bit of error handling in here, because basically you have two situations where Excel is not open, so in that case we need to open a new session of Excel, or maybe Excel already is open. In that case, we'll just create a new workbook inside of that session of Excel that's already been launched. So to get the Excel root object from within a CATIA VBA macro, we will enter dim oxl as excel.application, then we'll set oxl equal to get object, then excel.application in quotes. So get object enables the client to get the root object of the server that is already running. Now conversely, create object enables the client to start the server application and get its root object. Since the get object will fail if the server application is not yet running, then the client macro should contain an error handling code. So a typical code to handle a possible failure when contacting Excel from CATIA looks something like this. Okay, so that should take care of the error handling when launching Excel from CATIA. So now we need to get the current Excel sheet. So using the active workbook and active sheet properties, we can obtain the reference to the active Excel sheet. So in this case, if there is already a workbook, we're going to set it as the active workbook. Otherwise, create a new workbook. So to do that, so we'll check to see what the workbook count is. If it does not equal 0, then we will set the workbook as, that means there is a workbook, so we will set that one as the active workbook. If the count is 0, that means there are no workbooks, so we need to add one. And anytime you make a if statement, you should immediately put an end if, so you don't forget it later. So to add a new workbook, we'll do oxl.workbooks.add. And now that should be enough to launch Excel. So if we hit run, what do you know? It opens Excel. That's a good start. All right, let's keep going.